Hey there, friends. Fantasy Warfare bonus content time. Now, as I've talked about on social media, I wanted to take classic matches from pro wrestling history and put them back in the ring and see if we would get the same result as the first time it happened, or if we might get a brand new result the second time around. So welcome to WWE 2K22 Fantasy Warfare bonus content. It's our first drop of bonus content. So the first match that I would like to go ahead and see if we get the same result again, because back at the time that this match happened, I was not happy with the outcome. I understood why the match went the way that it did, but I always thought it was a bum decision. So we're going to go back to London, England. Wembley Stadium, Summerslam 1992 for the WWF Intercontinental Championship. It was Bret the Hitman Hart defending the gold against his brother-in-law, the British Bulldog. Now I get it, SummerSlam, it was in London, it was Davey Boy's big homecoming and all of that stuff, and that kid said the Bulldog was going to win whether he wanted to or not. I've always wanted to know what that kid knew. But nonetheless, I always felt like Bret Hart should have continued on as the Intercontinental Champion. I don't know if they just wanted to protect Bret from the eventual loss to Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship, as Davey Boy Smith would lose the title just 2 months later. Of course, that was related to a drug suspension, so it kind of just brings into question whether or not the right decision was made back in 1992 to have the British Bulldog defeat Bret the Hitman Hart. So here today, as part of our Fantasy Warfare bonus content, like I said, we're going to head back to London. We're going to go to Wembley Stadium. We're going to put the Intercontinental Championship on the line, one more time. And it's going to be Bret the Hitman Hart defending the gold against the British Bulldog. Can Davey Boy make it 2 for 2 and walk away with the Intercontinental title again? Or will Bret the Hitman Hart rewrite history? Let's head on down to ringside as we go back to 1992 at SummerSlam.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship.
Welcome everybody to a special piece of bonus content of WWE 2K22 Fantasy Warfare. I am Bloody Bill Box. It is Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, and we are back in London, England, as we talked about at the start of this video. Back in London, England, 1992, SummerSlam, Wembley Stadium for the Intercontinental Championship. It's Bret the Hitman Hart defending his gold against the British Bulldog. Davey Boy Smith came into this event as the hometown favorite. There was a kid in the opening intro. If anybody's ever watched SummerSlam 1992, you probably will never forget that kid in the beginning who says, "The British Bulldog is going to win whether he wants to or not." I've long theorized that kid had mob ties. That's my theory there. That kid had mob ties, and he had called in some favors, and made it so the British Bulldog was going to win whether he wanted to or not. So that's the result we got. I've long theorized that kid. That kid is the reason why the British Bulldog wins the original showdown in August of 1992. The match came about as just a simple Intercontinental Championship match. It quickly became heated. It became a family rivalry. They even brought in Diana Hart Smith. Dear Jesus, one of the worst personalities to ever be involved in professional wrestling. If you want to see boring personified, you listen to Diana Hart Smith speak during this angle. The various times that she was brought on camera were painful. You could even see the pain written on Sean Mooney's face when he interviews her at SummerSlam 1992 in the crowd. Go back and watch it. Pull it up on your peacocks. And you will be bored to tears, to sleep, maybe even to death. Hopefully not to death. But she's very, 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 very painful listen when it comes to the promo. Now, as a youngster, when this match happened, I recall sitting back in my living room. Well, not even sitting back. I sat down on the living room floor with my legs crossed, sitting down with the TV. We didn't have the money for pay-per-view back at the time. So instead of being able to actually order the pay-per-view, I sat down and put it on the pay-per-view channel. And I'm sure you remember back in the day, pay-per-view channels.
At 260 pounds, the British Bulldog. And introducing the champion from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds. He is the Intercontinental Champion, Bret the Hitman Hart.
There we go. Ring introductions are through. Bret Hart handing over the Intercontinental Championship, but as I was saying, it sat down, put it on the old pay-per-view channel. I was about to say, before I stopped for the introductions, we remember the old pay-per-view channels back in the day. We remember those channels. And of course, the long-time joke has always been about trying to watch the adult channels on the pay-per-view, the scramble, maybe see a quick boobie amongst all the scramble. But wrestling fans would use it as almost a radio. When you couldn't order the pay-per-view in lifetime, you'd take it down as a radio station and listen to the pay-per-view. And that's exactly what I did in August of 1992 as I listened into Summerslam from London, England. Of course, I didn't understand how the sun was out for the event, where it was what I remembered to be a evening time start. And it was an 8 p.m. Eastern. I happen to have a SummerSlam 1992 poster here in the Warfare Studios, Fantasy Warfare Studios. And the event started at 8 p.m. Eastern, which, thanks to my days of being on Twitch, I know that event would have started at 1 or 2 a.m. over in England. So that means that the event actually happened when it was about 2 p.m. here in the States. And I remember sitting down, watching that event, and listening through, and in the end, it was the British Bulldog who walked away with the Intercontinental Championship. However, in this particular match, as we are well underway, as we told the story of watching the event, in this particular contest here as part of our Fantasy Warfare bonus content, we put this one back in the ring. Intercontinental Championship on the line. Once again, SummerSlam 1992, Bret Hart, British Bulldog, Ken Davey Boy Smith, without the mob ties of that little kid in the start of the pay-per-view who said British Bulldog going to win whether he wants to or not. Can the British Bulldog walk away with the championship a second time, or will Bret the Hitman Hart be able to rewrite the history and walk away with the Intercontinental Championship? So it's either keep history intact or revise that history, as Bret Hart is in control of this contest. Just barely got into that offensive driver's seat, and now he is wailing away on the British Bulldog in the corner with the old 10 punches. Must have some pretty weak shots there. British Bulldog's head should come up pretty bashed and smashed in. Anyway, enough jokes about wrestling aside. Really, there was only one joke about wrestling in the 10 punch. I'm personally not a big fan of it. I know it gets the crowd going, but at the end of the day, if you punch a guy in the head 10 times, he probably shouldn't get back up right away. I don't know. That's just where I'm at. As Bret Hart hits a jawbreaker on the British Bulldog. Oh, nice Russian leg sweep from the excellence of execution. Now going after the arms of the British Bulldog. Now picking Davey Boy Smith back up to his feet. Boot to the midsection. Hard shots. Knife edge chops. Uppercuts. Body shots. Bret's just going to town. Clotheslines galore. The excellence of execution is looking to bring home, or I guess keep, the Intercontinental Championship, bring it back to Calgary, Alberta, Canada with him as he goes into a cover. Referee was there, and the British Bulldog kicks out at the count of 2. Bret now picking Bulldog up. He's got him on his feet. Oh, nice counter there by the Bulldog, who now hits a knife edge chop. Bret is up, and Bret is down with a big-time press slam, as the Bulldog now has the champion up, and the champion goes back down. Bulldog hits the ropes, comes back, misses a leg drop. Bret Hart back on his feet, hits a hard shot to the jaw of the British Bulldog. Bret's now got Bulldog in the corner, throws him like a sack of potatoes. Bret into the cover, referee is there. We got a count of 1, we get 2, and that is all we get as Bret Hart looks on in disbelief as he was not able to get the 3 count on that one. Bret up on the top rope. Oh, nice shot by the Bulldog. Bret comes off with a flying crossbody. Opts not to go for the pinfall on that one. Little bit confusing there by the Hitman, but hey, it's his match. He can do what he wants. Ooh, nice shot. Good kick to the chest by the Hitman. Bret now, he's got the Bulldog in. He's got it locked. Legs are crossed. He's sitting in it. Sharpshooter. Could this be all for the Bulldog, or will he be able to break free from this devastating submission hold? Will it be? Can it be? Will it be? Oh, he does. He gets out. But I think he might be unconscious. Bret Hart into the cover. We get 2. And we get 3. Bret the Hitman Hart goes ahead in our first piece of bonus content and rewrites history with a victory here at Summerslam 1992 over the hometown hero, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. I'd like to thank you all for joining us for this piece of bonus content here as part of the WWE 2K22 Fantasy Warfare series here at youtube.com/@BloodyBillBox. I'd like to thank you again for watching. Be sure to join us this coming Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, for the Season 1, Episode 6 match card. And then, of course, join us this coming Friday and every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, for brand new episodes of Fantasy Warfare. I have been your host, Bloody Bill Box. It has been my pleasure being your host, and I will see you next time at ringside.